Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty. And in case you're wondering why this is running a bit later than I thought I was going to do it, I just fell into one of those internet holes where you click a link and it's like, what? That can't be right. What's this link? And I just kind of got lost for a while. Not important to the job, not important to comic books, but at least an explanation of why I was a bit late today. When I was going to be reviewing My Little Pony vs. Transformers, or Meets Transformers, Volume 2, The Magic of Cybertron. Now, first of all, I've got to say, I never read the first one, so I mean, it could be like going into this one. There's a whole bunch of like deep plot in there that I'm only messing. I'm basically saying that because it's so easy to kind of criticize comics like My Little Ponies. In fact, it's so easy to criticize the entire intellectual property. When I was a kid, my sister, a couple of years older than me, actually had quite a few My Little Pony toys and Cabbage Patch dolls and all that kind of thing. I was playing with Transformers and He-Man, and it all felt very normal. That's just, boys got these toys, girls got these toys. But thankfully, over the past few years, a lot of that's changed. But there's still always that kind of need to kick down, I think some people have, which is when there are people out there, grown adults, whatever gender they are, basically claiming to absolutely love My Little Pony. And the instant thing is just being like, oh, well, that's a kid's thing, or that's a girl's thing. And that is like a bit telling. It's never specifically that's a woman's thing, it's that's a girl's thing, a girly thing, in fact, is what I hear more than anything else. And I've got to admit, like growing up in the 80s, there was a part of my head that always stayed there. And I've kind of just not dismissed, and I'm never like crapped on the bronies or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, you like what you like, be passionate about it. Just because somebody else isn't that's passionate about it, I mean, hell, I walk around in heavy metal shirts and a cowboy hat sometimes, so I can't really complain about the way people live their lives. But it did put me off reviewing a lot of the My Little Pony things. Like when the last My Little Pony Transformers came out, and I've reviewed some Transformers comics because, I grew up playing Transformers and watching Back to the Future and playing with the mask toys and everything like that. So I thought, you know what? Not much else to review this week. We've sold out of Robin already. Let's actually bite the bullet and see what's going on. And don't think of it as just silly My Little Pony. Let's actually have a look at it from a purely comic book point of view and see what it's doing. And first off, got to say, brilliant writing. I've done the person writing it, Asmus. In fact, he's got more than one writer, James Asmus and Sam Max. It's two different stories in there. Never heard of them before. Went in like totally blind on what I was expecting. And very early on, they kind of set their stall where they are whip smart when it comes to how they have the Transformers and the Pony speak. They clearly have their personalities down pat, even if I don't know who these characters are, well, half of them. But the ones I do recognize, they do such a great job of giving them an authentic voice. And they do it in ways that could be seen as self-deprecating or post-ironic. But weirdly, I feel it's actually just 100% authentic for the world in which they live. And it's only me looking at it that kind of went, oh, yeah. Before I kind of had to click my brain into the correct gear and just be like, no, this is people writing these characters in this world. Just because I think it's silly doesn't mean the rest of this universe would. So I changed how I thought about it and carried on, and I actually found myself quite enjoying it. There's some absolutely brilliant character beats, and the writing, as I say, it is just superb. And there's also some great character design as well. Later on in the second one, there's two aunties who are looking for their niece, and one of them is wearing high tops. A pony wearing high tops. Don't know why. Maybe that's part of a backstory. Not entirely sure, but thoroughly enjoyable bit of character work there. It sets out quite a lot about what you think about this character, just the way they present themselves. One of them introduces one as my gal Holiday, and then RC, who's there with I've forgotten the other Transformers name, basically says, oh yeah, and this is my gal, whatever. And the response is, dropping into their nomenclature to make it easy to go with them. And RC's like, yeah, that's totally what I was doing. And it's like, yeah, let them just be them. Let them play themselves out exactly how they want to, and everything will be fine and everything will work. So it's like, yeah, the moment you get your expectations right, and I've said this before about comic books, it's sometimes, and movies, in fact, I'm talking about movies, sometimes it's not necessarily how good it is for what you want from it. Sometimes it's how good it is and what their intent is. And I really cannot deny that if I wanted a comic book which was just a really cool, light-hearted look at Transformers, Autobots, and Decepticons trying to take over various places for Energon cubes, with My Little Pony stuff in there as well, and literally talking about how their combined friendship magic is what defeated the bad guy last time, then yeah, cool. It does everything it says on the tin. No problem there whatsoever. And as somebody who isn't particularly a fan of My Little Pony, but knows a bit about Transformers, the thing of having instead of Unicron, Unicorn was just a lovely little play on words, absolutely adorable. And the way that it then went to take over the world and the people who fought on its side, and the fact they changed some of the names around so it wasn't quite just like we have a giant robot called Murder Kill or whatever. Loads and loads of fun. Thoroughly enjoyable from start to finish. You might not be this target audience, but I think if you can get your head into the right space, you're missing out if you don't always give this a shot. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to find something else to review tomorrow. I'll be back then. Take it easy. Bye.